Hi guys, and welcome back. And welcome to Story Time with Ian. And as you can see, I'm in my mini library, and I'm gonna tell you a story. Here goes. When we were little, I used to frighten my little brother. As I am 3 years older than he is, I thought that scaring the daylights out of him was my privilege. Many a time, David would fall for my pranks and bawl his eyes out. Yet we shared a close relationship. David was especially spooked by supernatural. I often targeted his weakness of his. I would hide his Star Wars figurines and claim that they had been confiscated by the evil witch who lived in the castle. When the strong wind blew against the blinds in the room and created rattling sounds, I told him in feigned terror that the Candyman had come to kidnap him. The terrified boy would run for the covers on his bed and tremble uncontrollably. At night, I fabricated stories of hideous ghouls and drones, while his little body shook with fear. Things began to change somewhat when David and I grew older. However, how hard I tried, I could not seem to frighten David out of his wits anymore. He had become he had become bolder and even laughed at my sinister stories. All of a sudden, my brother no longer had that look of awe and admiration for me. His voice soon broke and sounded deep and gruff. No childish screams of terror filled the four walls of our house ever again. On my 19th birthday, my family and my relatives and I were at East Coast Park having a barbecue. David, my cousins, and I rented bicycles at Koisk and went cycling. David, the mischievous one, started doing some silly stunts on the bicycle. My cousin and I continued cycling as we could not be bothered with his silliness. "Look, brother, hands free!" I heard David say. A loud crash followed. My heart almost leaped out of my mouth when I turned around and saw David lying on the ground. Blood flowed continuously from a deep gash of his forehead. Then I blacked out. When I came to, I found myself on a hospital bed. I asked my parents where David was. They took me to David's room, and I cried when I saw him, with a bandage around his head and cast on his left leg. David looked David 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 looked like a rat. All I could do was cry. With a bandage around his head and a cast on his left leg, David looked like a rat. All I would do is cry. I'm sorry, I already said that. I'm reading from a script. David took a few months to recover from his injuries. One day he came to me and said, "Bro, you're not to blame for the accident. Anyway, I'm as good as new now." I realized that my little brother had grown up. That day we chatted for many hours, mostly on our childhood days. Now I'm gonna give you some questions and see if you can answer them. First question. What kind of stories did the writer tell her little brother at night? Second question. How old was I when the accident happened? And last question, how did I feel when I saw David's condition in the hospital? Thank you guys for watching.